Hello
Thank you so
and
much.
welcome to the Business
Thank
Spotlight interview series. And I'm your host, Khanna. And today I'm joined by Haninder Sachdeva, who's founder and managing director at 8 Continents Hotel and Resorts. Haninder, you have a flagship of hotels in Europe, 5 hotels in UK, opening in London, in Romania, in India, Tanzania. Thank you so much for joining us. Would you like to kick us off with a brief background as to who you are and what you do?
Sure. Thanks, Sanu. Thanks for inviting me for this interview, first of all, and welcome to all the audience, your audience, in terms of who's listening us today or will be listening us later on. Just to give, I think Anu has already briefed about myself. I am running a company called 8 Continent Hotels and Resorts. We are managing the hotels not only in the UK but Africa, India, and US. I'm a seasoned hotelier with 26 years experience in hotels, with senior level, director and vice president level. After completing my job stint, I opened this company to just, it's a passion driven, to be honest. Being a hotelier, once a hotelier, always be a hotelier. So I wanted to just be in the same trade I have always worked for, and have formal education. I did my hotel management from the University of West London. So I started this company back in 2020, during the COVID period, and the idea was to be an asset light company, and manage the hotels across the globe with the 8 Continents brand.
Wow, amazing. So not that old, really, 3 years.
3 years, yes, and we managed to have about 14 hotels all over world now, and of course we have few 9 or 10 hotels in pipeline as we speak.
Wow, that is significant growth and quite fast pace. What would you attribute your growth to?
I think the mostly the reputation, while working for many various brands, not only in the UK, also in India and Africa, and your career path. Of course, then you make a lot of networks during your working in when you're at a job. You do meet a lot of people who feel, and you can connect them when you start your own business. I think I'm a great believer in networking and making sure, okay, the business is in one sense, but sometimes you just help people for their, what knowledge you have. Sometimes you may have to charge for that, but I think by and large, it's all about networking, to be honest.
Fantastic. Really, really well done. I was looking into your website and it says there 8 Continent Hotels and Resorts is a borderless hotel management company supported by a world-class digital infrastructure. Would you like
That's
to
correct.
share more about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we are working with the US-based company called Hotel Key. I mean, if you look at the hotel management softwares are very, very expensive when you take a license. The brands like Hilton, Marriott, and IHG, they're using Fidelios and Operas and OnQs. They are very, very heavy on a license fee. We developed a software in conjunction with Hotel Key, which is very, very low key and gives the same setup or same services what other brand or other big hotel company will. But we also integrated AI in our PMS system, which was, I don't think any of the hotel company is using right now. They may be using the tools, but not the AI integration. So this is what we have introduced in our PMS system. Is very smart. It's very it looks at the occupancy level. I mean, everybody talks about it, but I think the functionality of it, I have come across not a single software who does that the way we do it. It has advanced revenue management system. You don't need a physical person to change the rate. Like, for example, your inventory is 100 rooms and 90 rooms are gone. Automatically the rules applies on the system. It jacks up your rate to the level we want because it's occupancy based, the software, and it also looks at your rates on the other comp set, what they are selling at, and then based on the comp set it will automatically change the rate. So no human intervention in revenue management. It is very much automated, and we have been running for the last 12 months, and we have very few hiccups on the rates. I think by and large it's doing really well, but now we are also putting some more plugins in terms of the making the packages for our guests, so they can actually ask the question and we can suggest them where they should travel in conjunction with AI.
Wow. So it is really a truly world-class digital organization.
It is. We're trying to be cutting edge, and then we want to go out of the market as well. Of course, we're trialing it within our own company, hotels, and once we are fully comfortable and confident, we may roll this out to other hotels as well.
Truly impressive.
Thank
There
you.
are a lot of business owners listening to you. So, from a business point of view, what would you say are some common misconceptions about running a business and how do you deal with them?
Misconception. I'm a very new entrepreneur. Although I've been running other people's businesses, but I'm a very new entrepreneur. All I can say is when you do your own business, it comes with a lot of teething problems to begin with in terms of your starting up and of course the major thing is we started. I mean, I can give you my case study. We started this business with a zero investment. How we started was all in the website and few hotel management contract, and we developed after that. We got one contract, some income came in, and then we started developing our resources. So I think starting business from a money, when you put an investment, is easy. Starting business with no money is most thing, and then going to a positive EBITDA is another challenge. So I think it's you got to be patient, and you got to believe in yourself. You got to be, you have to believe. Sorry, I'm sponsoring. Let me put it off so it doesn't disturb.
That's okay. That's the nature of business.
Yeah. So I think what we did was, I mean, when I was patient enough to, we started in 2020, the whole world was on a standstill. There was no, especially the hospitality was a hard hit. We had to just take it, and that gave me an opportunity. To be honest, I was blessed to have COVID in a way that I had developed all the SOPs, the framework for our business, which I would have to hire somebody else to do it in a later stage if you were with no COVID. But the 8-9 months gave us to design all the SOPs. I started working on a team development. So I said, okay, we need a people to work. So I was scouting for people and during that period. And it was a good opportunity for me because a lot of people were laid off and they were looking for jobs. And I could get a better deal out of them in terms of the salaries because, when the down period also help and how you make that opportunity. So I think that when you're doing a business, you got to look the opportunities around you. You got to be patient and you got to have a vision to where you want to go. And sometimes it may take longer, but you got to take a risk.
Yes. There's a quote that says, never waste a good crisis.
Yes.
So you made the most of the situation, and truly a self-made man. You started from scratch. Within 3 years, you've got international chain of hotels.
Yes, thank you so much. And that's what I always tell her, I'm a very backseat person. My leadership style is I put my team people in front and help them, support them. I am not looking for a limelight. I'm just want to build this company, sitting behind and making sure the team is doing the effort and they get the credit of their efforts. Okay, maybe some part of the work, maybe I'm doing it, but I give my team credit because at the end of the day, they are the face of the company.
Yes, and that's truly sustainable.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Very good. So 3 years during COVID, fast-paced growth, international chain of hotels, there must have been some challenges on the way. What would you say are your current or the challenges that you have overcome?
The first challenge was the convincing somebody to give you a hotel to manage it. You're not a Hilton, you're not a Marriott, you're not a big brand. And somebody you're going, okay, you may have experience with running the hotels for somebody else. And you said, okay, I'm going to manage your hotel. You give me your 15 million asset to manage it. So I think this is the biggest challenge I had to face. I remember my first meeting back in India because my first bigger hotel I signed in India was in Jaipur. And the owner was putting it almost 45 million pounds on the investment, and going to him and saying that give me your hotel, I will manage it. It was one of the task, and he drilled me whole day asking me the questions. wanted to check who I was, and he did my background check and all those things. And he said no to me. He said, no, we will not give you the hotel. We'll go for bigger brands like Taj or Hilton or Marriott or whatever
Mm.
it was. So and we parked it there, and I came back to UK. Said okay, but it didn't work out. Then this was 2021, early 2021, because just came out of the COVID, and I was pushing it, because people like to meet you one to one, and they don't want to discuss on Zoom call, especially they want to see who you are. And then I came back because I was honest to him, and I told him this is what we are, and this is going to be my first hotel in India. If you're interested, he
Mm.
liked my confidence. After 1 year, he came back to us. We signed that hotel. Now we are, if you look at my website, this is a
Yes.
sixth hotel with Naz Jaipur coming up. Yes.
Yes, really well done. In fact, I've stayed at one of your hotels, in the one in Sariska, the
All
Tiger
right.
Club.
All right. Okay. That's very nice. That's how was the experience?
A very good experience.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if you had taken over that hotel at that time or not.
We have
But
no, I know we took it in 2021. I don't know, when did you stay?
yes, some years back.
Yeah, some years back. Okay. Yeah, we took it in 2021. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's great. Lovely.
Yeah, no, fantastic. So really good service. And I can recommend all the listeners to go onto your website and really check them out and book them, really.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So, you are quite a busy man, and thank you for your time. So, how do you balance everything? Fast-paced growth, you got number of employees. How do you balance your personal life with the demands of running a business?
My wife also supports me in admin side of the business. So Richa is she supports me. So we have divided. Of course, I can't do everything by myself. So I have developed a team around me who then does the things which takes because I can't do physically everything by myself. So I have put them into a lot of training programs because I came from a very solid Hilton and IHE background. So the focus of Hilton is all about trainings. If you train your people well, I'm sure they will, they perform better. So my focus is always, the first thing I did was I took the same training platform what Hilton uses, which is a CP learning platform, because this way they have a basic foundation and they know what exactly needs to be done, especially the business model, because there's always some sort of a conflict in your opinions, or you have the conflict management in terms of the managers, or some other thing happens. So we have a 350 courses for the managers and for the junior staff, which they have to complete. So I get personally involved in when we hire a new staff, and depending on the job role, we assign them a training courses, which they have to mandatory clear before they come on the floor or before they start their job within 30 days. So I focus very much on the training part, because that's where I think I'm able to manage, because when they train, they know what exactly they're doing, and then they're out on the market and help us grow the company. So I focus more on the growth side of the business rather than the operation side of the business.
Really good. Because you don't grow business, you grow people who grow business.
Absolutely.
And then you
Absolutely.
demonstrate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. So what are you looking out for in your employees? When are you hiring them? How do you foster the positive and productive work environment? I saw your list of values on your website. So how do you secure they're living your values?
I look for people, the degrees, the college degrees doesn't matter to me at all. It's all a foundation. I look at the attitude of the person who's willing to grow, willing to learn. That is a one major attitude. I mean, I have hired people who have no formal education towards hotel management, but they're yet working and doing fantastically well, because they come from because what they have is the positive attitude to learn and develop. And that's my main criteria. And they understand, no company is perfect, but it's the people who makes it perfect. The bricks and mortar don't make the business. It's the people who makes the business. So I look at those people, that attributes. I get involved in every person we hired in the company. It's not because I'm a control freak on that, but it just that I want to make sure that people are right. Because I work on an attrition rate. Our attrition rate, in the corporate office, is from last 2 years is zero. So which I want to make sure that we hire right people, not for sake of hiring or desperate, take a little bit time and hire a right person for the right job.
Well, the golden words have been spoken.
Yeah.
Exciting, very good. So what does the future look like, Haninder?
We are looking, because as I mentioned earlier, the beginning of my opening of my statement, that we're an asset light company. But however, we want to go towards building some assets of our own as well. So that we're looking at, especially in the UK market, I think UK is purely asset based model. Asset light may not work, but especially Africa and India, asset light really works well. I have a few examples with the companies that have grown with asset light. But in the UK, we are looking to grow some assets and buy some assets of our own, as a framework of our different brands we have, and then have about, we by 2020, 2030, we want to have 100 hotels around the globe. That's what
Wow.
our vision is. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So the man with a vision who's making it happen. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time, Haninder. It was great
Thank
meeting
you.
you, learning more about your entrepreneurial journey.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, 8 continents, hotels and resorts is what you guys want to Google and book your next holiday with.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate, and I really appreciate having me on your channel and on your audience as well, who's listening to me today. But once again, really appreciate that.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.